So we've been working together for about a year now. So what can you say is the biggest impact that IMS has had on the practice? Like impactfully, where's the impact come from us? Is it in the lead flow? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, lead flow, SEO, hugely important. Google. I keep coming back to Google because people know Google. It's like the most used search engine, right? And sometimes people don't even really start to click on the links. What they're doing is they're just kind of surveying Google Maps. It'll show up on the right hand side of the screen. They're going to see people at the top and people at the bottom. They're going to be looking at the 5-star reviews or 4.8-star reviews or 4.5-star reviews. And the higher you're up there on the Google ratings in terms of reviews, the more clients you're going to get. People will just eyeball it superficially, see your number, click on it, and then call. And so driving up the internet traffic has been hugely important. Before maybe my phone would ring once or twice a week. Now, I've been looking at my phone that's off to the side here. It's on silent, but I've already gotten 2 phone calls, during the process of having this podcast that we're on, and I'm going to have to get back to them and give them a call back. But now this thing just rings off the hook, and I ask people where they find us, and invariably they say, "Well, we did a Google search." So,
Right.
so that's huge. But also, just listening to you then in the conversations that we've had, giving us examples about how to approach people in a sales capacity. And it seems awkward to talk about legal services as something that requires sales, but what is sales? And one of the things that you helped me to do was, and therefore IMS, was to not think of sales as like, trying to sell the proverbial catch-up popsicle to the lady in white gloves, but really you're there to help them to solve a problem and get them to realize the services that you provide and the value that you have to bring to the table and that they need it, right? And not thinking of yourself as kind of like this huckster or salesperson of forms, or something that someone doesn't need, right? That I'm not trying to sell them some new Tupperware when the Tupperware that they have is perfectly fine.
Right.
But I'm really trying to provide them with protection for their children. And gosh, that's really important, right? That's hugely important. You can make a big impact on someone's life, by providing the services that I have to provide to them. I think it's vitally important, and I want them to know it. Changing that mindset, I can't tell you how helpful that was. And to listen to you and listen to your coaching and then apply that has helped me a great deal, because the phone can ring, but then what do you do
Then
once you
what do you
answer
do?
it, right? You've got to
Right.
close the deal, right?
Yeah, I love that. And I think, Thomas, just kind of to piggyback on that, one of the things that makes the marketing work so well is one, yes, the ranking on Google. But the way that you rank on Google is recognizing what people are searching for. And people look for information related to their own personal problems. So if you understand what those issues are, so for example, your website copy, your blog copy, the information
Right.
that you're putting out there is problem centric. Like that's what you're
Yeah.
focused on. So in the
Yeah.
marketing, you're not selling trust. So that when people call you on the phone, they're asking you about, hey, how can I solve this issue? And you, with the sales training and your persona and your approach to helping people, it leads right into that. It's not about selling them a trust, right?
No.
It's not even
No.
about, hey, let's just avoid probate. It's about, how does this affect your family? Let's find the
Right.
right solution for you. In doing so, you become a little bit more bespoke as well. So less commoditized, and therefore
Right.
you're able to charge a higher fee. So talk to me about your fees and revenue. How was this last year affected your fees and revenue? Have you seen the growth, and kind of explain that a little bit, or describe it for us a little bit, that growth that you've
Sure.
seen?
Sure. Growth has been phenomenal. Growth in terms of the numbers of clients, but you also don't want to get in the habit of trying to devolve to the lowest common denominator, right? You're not. It's not a race to the gutter. You don't want to make it that, and you don't want to just overwhelm your revenue with numerous clients. What you want are good, high quality, well paying clients, because you have a confidence in the services that you provide. So yes, the numbers of clients have gone up, but also the fees that we command have also increased over time also, because that's a really important component. And geez, sometimes I just feel that, and maybe you could even speak to this better, but geez, like if you undervalue yourself, what you're doing is you're putting a price tag on yourself, and that is a reflection of the value that you provide, right? And if you're constantly underselling yourself, then what you're communicating to your clientele or potential clients is that, in the end of the day, you'll fold like a cheap suit. You really don't have a lot to provide. You're a glorified form filler outer person, and there's nothing really bespoke about anything that you do. And really, then you're just competing with artificial intelligence and some of those companies out there that provide you forms and walk you through forms online. And that's not what you want to be. You don't want to be competing with those companies. What you want to be is a standalone legal practitioner that brings additional value to the table.
What would you say to other estate planning attorneys who are maybe on the fence about working with IMS, or they're considering IMS? What would you say to sort of push them over the hump?
Sure. They're on your side. They want to help. Their success is predicated on your success. They don't exist as a company unless you're doing well, and they have a service to provide. They want to help you to advance and to achieve your goals. And you have to unclench the fist in order to be able to receive the reward in exchange. And so make room in your budget, invest in yourself, invest in your business, be confident while also being humble at the same time. James is a great coach. He's going to help you out, and be willing to be coachable and be flexible, and just receive the information. It's a journey. And so, IMS has been great to me, lots of good follow-up, and I recommend them.